to, szanowni państwo, zaczynamy. Przed wami teraz najsłynniejszy niemiecki pacjent, który opowie wam o poszukiwaniu ulgi przy pomocy konopi i o swoich doświadczeniach z tym związanych. Taka jeszcze uwaga jedna mała. Zapraszamy może do przodu, to nie trzeba będzie używać mikrofonu. Będzie łatwiej.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how far the lady has introduced me. First of all, I would like to ask you, I can only speak in English, hold this lecture in English today, and I would maybe ask you if we can move together, that either you two come over here or you two maybe sit over here. There's not many people in here. So I don't have to look to the left and I don't have to, get a little bit, thank you, closer together. Thank you very much. So, I hope you will understand the English that I am speaking, that it's good enough that you will understand it. My name is Günter Weiglein. I am from Würzburg, Bavaria, which is in southern Germany. I am 54 years old. And about the title, A Search for Relief. This means to me a search for medicine, a search for something to help me get rid of chronic pain that I've been having since 2002. I have had, and this can happen, this could happen to each one of us any day, at any time. What has happened to me was I have had a motorcycle accident on April 11th, 2002 at about 7:30 in the afternoon. I was at home, coming home from work, and like I said, this could happen to everybody, each one of us. I came home from work and my sister has called me up and asked me to help her because her car would not start, and it was one of the first sunny days, it was warm weather outside, and I took my motorcycle for a ride. It would have taken me about 20 minutes. About 5 minutes after I started to drive, a young man did not stop at the stop sign coming from the left and hit me in a way where I am sewed together now. Today I have a scar on my head. I have scars everywhere. You can understand what I'm saying about the microphone too, or just to show you the scars here. I'm sewed together from on my left side. The car came from the left. So I still have metal inside. Some metal has been taken out, but I still have metal inside of me, and I'm living with this. After the accident, we are talking about cannabis today, and I do not want to make the medicine bad. I am. I was driving motorcycle. I was driving on a motorcycle. Many people are driving, like everybody, and this can happen. I was driving on a motorcycle in a 60 kilometer zone, and this is what has happened to me. Anyway, this is how it is. I don't want to say bad things about our medicine that we have today and the pills in I am very thankful to our doctors and to what they have achieved, because otherwise I would not be standing here today. They brought me into the hospital by helicopter and not by ambulance, because otherwise I would not be here today, because also my lungs were infected, I could not breathe. It had to be quick. I am very happy and very thankful to the technology our medicine has today. I have to say this. Anyway, I was in the hospital for 7 weeks. I was in a coma for about 3 weeks. After the coma, my wife did not know if I'm going to survive or not. For the first 3-4 days, the doctors were not sure if I'm going to live or not. But my wife also was infected, and she had a great shock of this, and she's still suffering from this today. This is the reason why I'm not driving motorcycle anymore since that accident. But let me go forward. I was in the hospital for 7 weeks, and then 1 week at home, and then 5 weeks at a rehabilitation center. And I was at home without work for almost 1 year and 3 months. 1 year, 4 months I was without work. Originally, my job was with the automobile industry, and I was working on a computer doing seats, car seats for BMW, Mercedes, Audi, and many others. I was out of the job for about almost 1.5 years, and then I went back to work, but I did not, this was about the time when chronic pain started in my back because of the accident. Now today I have shortage on my left leg, and I have chronic pain in my back, and it goes down to the leg too also. This is the most severe point. Anyway, pain started. I have pain. You can have pain in your neck, or you can have also chronic headaches, for example. But I have had this pain, and like everybody else of us, I went to my doctor. And he started giving me pills. This pill, lots of different stuff I was taking, many different medicines. It helped. This medicine helps. I will not say it was no good, it did not help. It helps, but it had side effects. It had side effects on my liver, it had side effects on my organs, and with this medicine, with the medicine that the pharmacy was giving me, I was tired. You all understand what I'm saying, yes? Okay, just to make sure that you understand me. I felt with the medicines, with one I felt tired, with other one I did not feel normal. It depends on what I was taking. It was no good. This period went from 2004 to about 2006. I went from one doctor and another doctor, and I tried many different stuff, even opioid medicine. I had to take opioids too. Until 2006, about it was, yes. Excuse me? I have chronic pain after a motorcycle accident. I'm sewed together, and I have mainly pain in the back. Okay. So I was taking traditional medicine for about 2 years. I am 54 years old, and I was taking that for about 2 years. And then I said this, my age, because one evening, it was on a weekend, I was sitting with friends, and this cannabis, what we are talking about here today, it is around in Germany. You can get it in Germany, you can get it in Poland, you can get it in any country. It is around everywhere, but it's illegal. But people have it and use it. Illegal, no, it is around. So one evening, it was Friday on weekend. I was sitting together in a round with friends, and I was smoking cigarettes at this time. Then after heart attack, I stopped smoking cigarettes in 2014, 4 years ago. But at this time, I was still smoking cigarettes, and we were sitting around, and even with beer, we were drinking, men together, and they were smoking this cannabis. And one of my friends told me, Günter, try. Because I always talked about my pain, the problems that I have, the pills that I have been taking, what I've been doing, from one doctor to the other doctor that I've been going to. And they said, here, try this. And if you have, and I think everybody believes me, if you have serious pain or a serious problem, you would take anything if it helps. I would. So, but we are here today, should have said this earlier too. We are talking about a plant. We are talking about a plant that has been around all the time. And it has been made illegal by the government and nothing else. There's something else behind this. But anyway, to get back, I tried it this evening. It was in a joint. I was smoking. I took like 2-3 hits, and it did. About half minute later, it did not take away the pain, but it lowered it. It took the pressure away from the muscles. It took this the strength away from me, and it eased it. And this does not take the pain away, but it makes it comfortable. I get to a point where I have a comfort where I can live without the side effects of the traditional medicine that I have been taking before, all the pills. My doctor, so after this evening, and I had made this experience with the cannabis in this round, I went to my doctor. It was a woman, female. Today she's maybe 62, 63 years old. Not much, a couple years older than I am. But I went to my doctor and told her about this experience. And it was, now we are in 2006, and it was still illegal in Germany. There was no medicinal marijuana in Germany, no legal marijuana, but illegal marijuana. But, excuse me?
Opium, yes.
Everything. Opium is no problem. If you want opium for your pain, you go to a doctor, you get it, it's no problem. Morphium, no problem. Without problem.
Only marijuana.
It's a problem. It's a big problem. So, now we're in 2006, and I told my doctor that I tried marijuana this weekend, and it helped me. It did not take everything away, but it helped me, and it made me feel better. And she said, take it. She said, if it helps, what helps is good. Whatever helps is good. If it helps, take it. But don't talk about it. Don't tell about our conversation now, because I'm a doctor and it's illegal and blah, 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 blah. Don't tell nobody else about it. Do it if it helps you. So I kept on taking marijuana from this moment on. I used it. I buy illegal and I use it. And I was taking less of the other stuff that I have been prescribed, the tablets and the pills from the doctor. I needed less. Today I don't take none, null. I take no chemical, no nothing. Only marijuana. Okay, but now we're in 2006. And I have a driver's license. I drive a car today too. And I got into the situation in Germany, it was December 2nd, today. In 2006 from today. I got at night, I got in police control, and this is the way in Germany. This is how it is. First they ask for alcohol, no alcohol, and then the police maybe ask you for any narcotics. And of course I said no, but they took me to hospital. They did not believe me, and they take me to hospital, and they took blood. And in this blood, they find only marijuana, no alcohol, no other substances, only a little bit of marijuana left. Yes?
How you compare that if you give up this to smoke and in your blood is marijuana?
Well, for example, if I smoke one cigarette, one marijuana cigarette today, in 1 month, 4 weeks later, they will still find. Yeah, yes, okay, yeah, yes. I smoke more than one per day in the evening. I use in the evening, but maybe 2, 3, depends. But police, they found this substance in my blood, and of course, a certain bureau was informed, and the German government wanted to take away my license for driving automobile. This was the point. This was the point when I said, no, this is not real. Somebody put me in this situation. It was not my fault that with this accident. It was a young man's fault, but this is okay. This is one thing. Puts me in a situation where I cannot walk, where I have problems walking. I need my license. It's very useful for me to use a car, and I need this license. And I started to fight the government, for taking away. They did not take it away. I kept it, but it was a long fight. It was a fight back and forth. They wanted from me, I had to go to a neurologist, psychologist, and had to bring him to something that shows that I am that I am, when I am driving, that I am not under the influence of marijuana, yes? In my case, I only use marijuana in the evening before I go to bed. During the day, I can live with my pain, but in the evening, when I come home, and I have family, I have a wife, and I have an 11-year-old son that I have to take care of. I have 2 sons, 28 and 11. But I have to take care of my family at home. But in the evening, this is when the pain comes, where I cannot sleep. And that's when I use marijuana. And this was the argument that the doctors said that I use marijuana in a responsible way. I only use it in the evening, and the effect is gone 2-3 hours later. When you use it 2 hours later, the effect is gone. There is nothing left. It's in your blood. Maybe 1 month later, but you don't have any effect anymore. And 100% on next morning. So I told them that I used between 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock in the evening. That's when me and my family go to sleep. And at 6 o'clock in the morning, next morning, after 8 hours, I can go back and I can drive again. Now today I have a certificate that proves this. But this is how it started. How I start going against the system. It's not right what they are doing. So in 2006, now we're in 2007, and the whole procedure was over. I kept my license. But this kind of activated me. And I kept on getting more information about cannabis, and meeting other people about cannabis, meeting other patients. There is other people too who use it illegally until March 2009. There were other patients before me. There was one patient before me suing the government to grow this plant at home for his multiple sclerosis. This man had multiple sclerosis. He's still alive. And he also sued the government, and I'm also one of the persons who sued the government for growing cannabis, because our government started in 2009 to allow sick people, to purchase this plant in the pharmacy, but you have to pay out of your own pocket. We have, in Germany, probably most of you know that we have healthcare system, and if when you have a job, you pay into the healthcare. You are covered with healthcare. I can go to the hospital and get medicine for only a little amount of money. But not cannabis. We had to pay cannabis out of our own pocket from 2009 till 2017. So 9 years. And nobody can afford it. If I would have bought all the cannabis that I was allowed by my doctor, if I would have bought this cannabis out of the pharmacy, I would have to pay 900 euros every month, every 4 weeks. For the cannabis, for 90 grams of cannabis. I need about 3 grams a day. It depends. In cold weather, now I need a little bit more. In the summer, I need not so much. It's also it depends. But about 900 euros every month, and nobody has this money, not even in Germany. I'm not millionaire. I just have a normal family. I'm a normal person. And I don't have this money. This was the reason why I started to go against the government and take the government to court in 2010. Summer 2010, I've been fighting for this. And it is very awful what a government can do to sick or ill people. They take it make everything as long as possible. And it would be, for the government, it would be the best if the patient dies in between the procedure, then they don't have to care about it anymore. For me, it took 4 years. 4 years from when I started to say I'm going to take you to court. When this was on the paper first, it took 4 years till the first really appointment or the date, court date. We were 5 men from Germany who went to court on this same day for the same reason, for growing their own cannabis at home in their bedroom, wherever, inside, but to supply themselves. And the judge said yes, they can do this, and ordered the institute who hands out the licenses, told the institute to take back their no and give them a license to grow their own cannabis. I never had this on paper, but 2 other patients had this on paper and were growing legal cannabis for about 8-9 months in Germany. But before I got the paper, the government was working very fast and changed the law. Changed the law in March 2017, last year, and made it possible for health insurance companies to cover the cost of cannabis. If you have a doctor that prescribes it, of course. This is still the biggest problem today in Germany, to find a doctor who knows about cannabis. But they changed the law. They changed the law just because of a few people wanted to grow a plant at home for themselves for treatment. My doctor at this time, now we're in 2017, my doctor at this time changed the office, and she was together with other doctors now. Before she was by herself, and now she had 3-4 other doctors in with her. And they did not like cannabis, and they did not wanted her to prescribe it to me. So she told my doctor, I lost my doctor. The doctor said, yes, I understand your situation, and I can say that it helps you, but I cannot give you a prescription because my colleagues don't like this. They don't like cannabis, period. So I had to find another doctor, and this is very hard still in Germany to find a doctor who is willing to listen to you with your problems.
This is very hard in Poland, it's impossible.
It will be possible. It was impossible over there too.
Maybe in 30 years, yes.
You would have to be one of the persons working for this, so it'll become so. Nothing over there. There is nothing that we had. There is no present from our government. This was no present, and it's not for free. The situation we have today has been fought from sick people. People are sick who would like to maybe stay at home in bed, but they have to go to court and fight the government. It's an awful situation. And it's still the same over there. It's very hard to find a doctor who is willing to help you, because if you see one and it says, I would like to help you, but I can't because my colleagues will look at me like, what is he doing? And I will get problems. For another reason, they are afraid if they give out prescription that maybe in 5 years the insurance company comes and says, we want the money from you now because you were giving out 400,000 euros, for example. And you are giving out these prescriptions. Doctors are afraid, and the insurance company try to keep it this way. They don't want this. They do not want cannabis be used as medicine. But there are people who have the benefits, like me. Like I said, I don't need any other pills anymore. I only use cannabis. It's a plant, and it does not make me feel sleepy, or I don't make me grow long hair and not shave anymore and look like a typical cannabis user, which is supposed, what you've been told a cannabis user looks like. It's not that way. There are lawyers out there using cannabis. There are doctors out there using cannabis, but they're not talking about it. There's, in any stage out there, cannabis is being used for medicinal reasons. And only for medicinal reasons. Because I say, even if somebody uses cannabis after work because he had a stressful day and he uses this instead of alcohol, this is medicinal use because it relaxes. And this is medicinal use and it's good for your body. instead of drinking half a liter of vodka or, I don't know, 5 beers in the evening after work. You understand all what I'm saying, yeah? Okay. So in 2010, I applied for this, and it took all those years. And then and at one moment, of course, the media got attracted by me, and I was in the newspapers in Germany. Then, first without my name, and then one day I just said my name. And since I'm out in public, I speak about this subject too, also. But like I said, the pharmacy and the government in my country does not like this to go any farther. They would stop it. Now we have flowers. Now patients, until 2017, it was about 1,000, a little over 1,000 people who had this license to buy from the pharmacy. Now we're only a year and a half later, at the end of 2018, and it's already, as far as I know, between 13 and 15,000, maybe even more than 15. Now 15,000 instead of 1. A year and a half ago in Germany. And it's getting more and more and more. And this is the only way to go forward. That sick people who uses cannabis, they stand up and just show it and say, hey, it helps me. This is not a wonder drug. Cannabis does not help everybody. But not any pain killer or a headache pill. There's many different types out there on the market. If one tablet for headache would help, then we would only need from one company. But there's many different types of tablets because people are different. We are all individuals. And you maybe need one pill, and one pill is good for you, and it's not good for me. Same with cannabis. It does not help everybody. But it helps some people. And it could help some people, but it's illegal. It's illegal, and you can't get it. And this is also why I'm here for and talking about it. What we need is education for the doctors and education for the patients. We are talking about a plant that has never killed anybody. That means if you try it and if you have a test with it, it will not kill you. The worst thing from my experience that will happen to you is that you go to sleep 1 hour earlier and you sleep 1 hour longer than usual, maybe. But that's it. You will not die from it. So there are people out there who have their benefits, who would like to use it but can't use it because it's illegal. I'm saying, the ones who try it and it does not help, the people who try it and it does not help them, maybe they will get sick or they get ill. My wife has tried it once. She will never touch it again. The ones which it don't help, which this medicine, this cannabis does not help, they will not touch it again. They will say, oh, this is nothing for me. I don't like this. I need something else. Okay. They don't like it. Whatever. This is okay. This is okay if they don't like it and they need something else. This is okay. But the people who are out there, the patients who are out here in Poland, in Germany, and wherever they are, who would like to take cannabis for medicinal reasons, for recreational reasons also, who would like to use cannabis for their benefits, should be allowed to use it. And period. I am not harming anybody. I am not harming my neighbor. I am not out on the street, on the train station selling cannabis. I need it for medicinal reasons, and I only want this for myself, for my supply, and so should anybody else be allowed to do it. Of course, we have very good situations. It's very good that you can get it in pharmacies now in Germany, and it's covered. But in the future, I know this already, they would like to, the pharmacists and the doctors too, they don't like the flower. They do not like the flower. They would like to put the flower into a pill or into liquids or something else. It's also a good form. This is a good form for old people who don't smoke. There's many, many different ways of using it. I mean, I use it, I smoke it, because I smoke anyway. But you don't have to start smoking in order to use cannabis. You can use it in cake, you can use it in your food, many, many different ways. And for old people, of course, it's the best way is the pill. This is all they know all their life long. Me too. All I know all my life is a medicine. Medicine must be a pill, a tablet, or it must be liquid drops, or and out of the pharmacy, of course. But there are, now I found, for myself, I found this plant, and doing good for 9 years. I did not need anything for 9 years now. Since it's legal, since I get it out of the pharmacy, and I'm happy with it. And I will not let the government take this away from me again. I have it, I'm fine with it, and it's not going away. But this is a long fight. And like you said earlier, in Poland, it's impossible to find a doctor, yes? I believe it will come also. But it's ill people. It's nothing. You don't get nothing from your doctor and not from your government. You must do this yourself. That's how it is today. And I would hope that the situation will change. It will change. It is changing. And I said it a couple times, I am 54. In my country, I see these waves. We had this over there about every 15, 20 years. There is a movement, and let's legalize cannabis, yes? And then somehow the government stops it and they forget about it again. This is what I experienced. So about 15, 20 years it comes up. And now my experience is since about 2010 in Germany, since there are sick people asking for cannabis, and not 17-year-old people, young people who want this for party on weekend, on Saturday evening, who want this for medicinal reasons, the government starts listening to us. We are older people, we have our conditions, and they start listening. The media starts listening, and it's in the media constantly now. Even in the parliament, different parliament parties in Germany use cannabis now for their promotion. So it is steady subject, and we have to keep on working on this. Because if I would shut up and be quiet and the other patients would stop talking about it, it would end again. And I would not want. We are talking about a plant that has been on this earth. I am Catholic. I am born and raised Catholic, and I believe in God. And this plant has been brought here by God and not by the government. The government has been taking it away. And it's been used for medicinal reasons. It has been used for medicinal reasons for thousands of years until last century, 1930s, 20s, when America made this stupid mistake and put cannabis in the International Narcotic Act from 1961 and made it the same substance like heroin and cocaine and other. This is something different. You can die from heroin and you can die from overdose from cocaine and other drugs. But there are legal plants. There are legal plants outside that you can find in the forest, or mushrooms that you can eat and poison yourself. They are not illegal. They are legal. You can do this too. Why is cannabis illegal? It's illegal because of money, because of profit, and nothing else. This is the only reason why this has been made illegal, for money reasons. People who can, for me, for example, who can grow their own medicine in their backyard at home, they don't bring no money to the doctor, and who are happy with this. They don't bring no money to the doctor and no money to the pharmacy, to Bayer, Novartis, and whatever. This is what I believe why it's still illegal. And people are waking up, though. They are waking up, and they are aware. And I show them every day. For example, I show them that I live in our system. You have your Polish system, Germany has its system, every country has its system. I accept my system, and I only want to be a productive member of society, like everybody else, hopefully. And cannabis helps me being productive, being able to work again and make money and pay taxes for my government. And cannabis makes this possible, nothing else. If I go back to, there has been times when other doctors have, many times, other doctors have told me, why are you using cannabis? There is new times have changed. Now we have new medicament, chemical. We have new medicaments that you can, maybe you should stop cannabis and try this new stuff. I don't want to. I am happy with what I have and I want to keep it this way. And I want to be around as long as possible for my family, for my wife, and for my son. That's about all.
Which one? 11 years old or 29?
Both. Both, of course. Both. So, if you have any questions, we have, I don't know, there are not much time.
How do you get your cannabis now? In the pharmacy, you said, right?
Yes.
The flowers you get?
Yes, I get the flowers. I still get the flowers, but I don't know how long I'm going to get them.
Okay. So you can get it directly from the pharmacy. And the government or your insurance company pays you back for the flower. So how does that work?
I don't pay anything. I pay 10 euros. Today I'm allowed to, 3 grams per day makes 90 grams per month. If you say a month is 30 days long, that makes 90 grams every month. And I get a prescription from my doctor. This prescription I take to the pharmacy. Says it 90 grams. Then I pay 10 euros for 90 grams. But I also pay 10 euros for 10 grams. If I only get 10 grams, then I pay, it's 10, always 10. In Germany, you pay for anything. You buy 10 euros, 10.
And is it one specific kind of plan? Is it a choice?
No. When it started in 2009, we had the cannabis, the plants imported from Holland, and they started with 3 different sorts. Today we have about 25 sorts, supposed to have 25 sorts, but you from Holland still and Canada. From Canada since about a year and a half, 2 years, we also import from Canada. There's supposed to be 25, but you never know what you get. You may ask for one sort, and the pharmacy will say, well, they don't import now, we don't have to, you have to take another. So and maybe you don't get nothing. Maybe you have to wait for a month. It depends on where you live. If you live in Berlin has, there are many patients together, so the pharmacy makes more profit, and they work better. Yes, because they make their profit too, of course. Yeah. No questions? Well, thank you for coming here and listening to this. There is more and more countries. America, one after the other state is getting it for medical reasons now. This prohibition, cannabis prohibition, is going to end. It's going to end in Poland too, I believe it. I believe it because we're talking about a plant and not a chemical, not a dangerous drug where people die every day. No, they don't die. They get better. Thank you for listening.